a little collective. We're gonna do a Hearth Spread reading. I meant to do this last week, only to discover that I had recorded all of the footage upside down, and then I had a few problems arise in my own home and hearth. I just had some minor plumbing issues with my bathroom. That's all fixed and taken care of now, so we can do the reading successfully here. First, I want to show you the runes that I pulled here. This is a good one, a good interpretation of this reading. We have disruption, wholeness, and opening. Now, for me, maybe this pertains to you as well. What I interpret this to mean is kind of like something unprompted or untoward, like maybe something that you don't want to do, or even something that you're dreading facing, could actually spell out like a new beginning for you. So sometimes it's good to have that attitude of openness where maybe you're doing something that you're dreading, or like doing something that you've been procrastinating that you'd rather not do. Like it's good to be open to that energy of like, what happens, it's cool, like I'll get through this, things are fine, because that way you could be on your way to a new start of something that's like actually really beneficial or good for you. It's good to have an open palette to options of things that might be, trying something new or doing something that you're inexperienced at, because that's how you learn and grow, and you have better experiences that might resolve from that. I'm going to go and introduce today's special guest. Today, too, it's actually two different companion individuals. We have Kogla and Yadaro. It is a ape mutant and a dinosaur turtle. This is a special high powered creature in what is it? It's escaping me here too. But the green and red combination in Magic the Gathering. It's like an 8/8. It's a pretty heavyweight creature. But yeah, let's go here to the reading. We're gonna start for the east and go to the north, starting in the House of Perceptions in the east. We have the crane. The crane is in the first position in the east, being core, secret knowledge, patience, and longevity. This has been a precursor for a different reading I know previously, or the patience and longevity, though, were really good for perceptions. Like you have a view of the truth, or being recognized, maybe a sense of wholeness and values without like lingering doubts. I think it's important to mention too. You can see the wholeness of the full moon in the background of the crane. To kind of is like standing in that stoic energy where it is a clear perception. So it's a good space for him to be in the east of perceptions. The crane there. In our second space of perceptions, we have Earth Dragon. There's also Drag Talam, and he has power, potential, and riches. I know I've mentioned before with the Earth Dragon, you can see maybe he's not the most handsome dragon that we have in the Druid Animal Oracle cards, but there's a wealth or desires that like lie within, kind of like where the real true value is like kind of beside that inner knowing of the crane, is like where it comes from within. So having a profound sense of wealth, or like having, of course, spiritual values, not just monetary values, those are something that come from within the self. So the Earth Dragon reminding, so that like those perceptions of what we see to be rich or like capable of fullness in our life, that is maybe kind of coming from something that we've already been working towards, from something that's already established within us. I think that's a good point of perception, and it's also something that we've hit up on before, that true wealth or true riches are kind of founded on that inner knowing, or that inner light, maybe, if you will. We're going to go into observations for the South. The South is the house of observations, starting with the Hind. This is great too. With the observations for the Hind is eyelid, subtlety, gracefulness, and femininity. Maybe seeing something that's soft, or maybe something that's like gentle, profound, touching, like maybe finding some of that gracefulness quality to be nice. That even though it's not captivating, even though it's not loud or boisterous or exciting, that kind of graceful subtlety being a little bit more attractive, with like an attraction energy. Like it's more attractive that it's soft and graceful. Like it's nice that it's not loud or overpowering and domineering. Kind of the Hind is that gentle, calm energy. So just like with the saying, well, like, stop and smell the roses. Sometimes too, like the Hind can be like that quiet inner beauty, where it's like it's good that there's not all kinds of chaos and havoc wreaking around. It's nice that there's just this Hind, peacefully wandering through the meadow, and that's all that's happening. Like it's good there's that soft, gentle energy for observations. That's great. So we're going to continue their second South card. We have the Eagle. The Eagle bringing much to the table with observations, obviously, where he is Iolair, intelligence, renewal, and courage. So today while driving, like I got lost and I had to change my direction. I had to change my plan of the route that I was taking. And the Eagle is maybe part of that, or, basically assists in that strength in redirection, or in maybe a change of plans. You have the intelligence, renewal, and courage. Those things can help you to get back on the right path. Not all who wander are lost. That phrase too. I know I use some old antiquated expressions that are maybe more of like old timer kind of phraseology, but you get the gist of what I'm saying. Though it's something to where, even though you may have taken a wrong turn, or maybe you have gone like a different direction than you may have presupposed or expected, that you kind of have the directional compass, the internal compass, where you're like, okay, well, I know which direction I'm still going in, so I'm going to keep pressing on. I'm going to still keep heading in that direction, kind of, even though maybe I went an alternate route or a segue that was a different direction than what I had planned initially. Like, I still know where to go. The Eagle, he brings that resilience that you're going to get to where you're going, regardless of, like, you have detours, you have sudden stops or something like that along the way, but you get there. You get there eventually. Okay. So we're gonna go into our fifth and sixth is the Desires. The House of Desires is in the West. We're gonna look at this. We have a Raven. A Raven is healing, initiation, and protection. Now, if you've ever heard a Raven song, it's usually that kind of energy, or like energy of like rebirth, or healing energy. They are profoundly wise and spotting where there may be trouble. Uh, Ravens are also incidentally a lot like squirrels. They remember people's faces almost better than canines, things like that. They remember people, their expressions, and their mannerisms. And yeah, they have a lot of healing energy. Oh, and desires. The Raven is good because what is sought or what we're seeking is inevitably going to be known. So Bran brings the healing protection energy with that in our desires of the west space of the house here. Going to our sixth card, we have salmon. The salmon is wisdom, inspiration, rejuvenation. So it brings a lot more of like knowing or a lot more energy of having the intellect or the intuitive qualities that where we want to seek healing and protection that it yields results. It yields results with the salmon coming up in the sixth space. So as a follow up, this is much like the mistaken read that I did, but the energies that are following up with the cards in each specific house are coming to a really good conclusiveness. So I like that with the salmon energy following the raven. It's a very good space for desires where it's a safe space, and then it is also wisdom space, a space of inner knowing, a space of guidance, and then a space of intelligence, of also knowing too. So it's really good there. We're going to go to the potentials in the North House. We have a bull. The bull is wealth, potency, and beneficence. So the bull could be seen as headstrong energy according to like Western depictions of bull energy. You know, it's more of like that bull of like maybe the stock market, of things climbing or things rising rapidly at an unprecedented rate. But it's important to mention that the bull energy is also one of like forewarning. You can see this crane here that is maybe he's warning the crane of a predator that's nearby and like also fleeing himself. So it's kind of like where if there's trouble abroad and the bull knows about it, you know, everyone else and their brother is going to know about the trouble afoot too, because you know he's not going to be quiet about escaping that danger. So we'll go to our last space of the eighth card in the North House. We have Adder, really perfect with the energy to coming back to healing. The Adder is transformation and healing life energy. It has a lot of momentum or resilience, I guess you might say. The Adder is kind of, escapes a lot of threats or is a potential threat enough that it doesn't really receive the kind of threats that other species in nature might receive, other than kind of being avoided or steer clear of. You can see the pillar in the background of the adder there too is an engraving of stone that is also kind of a monolith to represent the healing energy. Or if you're familiar with different kinds of forms of healing, kundalini energy is a form of healing energy that comes from deep within a person's not only their physiology but like your mind too. Like it comes from deep within a person. The kundalini energy is very powerful. It reverberates very much and it shakes up a lot of change too. If you know what I'm saying, if you know about that kind of thing, it's something that brings about massive change, life changing kind of impacts for a person. So really cool with the adder there in our final section of the North Space. I want to thank you for joining me in this reading. If you look forward to more of this content, I haven't received any likes on a video. I don't care. But like if you enjoy seeing this kind of thing, or if you want me to produce more of these kind of readings, or find it engaging or helpful in some way, let me know, or just share it or leave a like with someone you think maybe could find this kind of thing beneficial or helpful. in their own life. I'm going to take a last look here. Really beautiful energy that we had in the spread today. So, once again, I thank you for joining me, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.